Syracuse team this time decided to take a gamble. They played their first 4 games in the Dome, and for their first road game, what do? They go out to the place where life is a gamble and where everything is a gamble. Yes, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. They go out there to play what is a pretty resilient and pretty strong UNLV team. Yeah, they may no longer pretty much be known as the Runnin' Rebels. They're just the Rebels. But of course, everybody's got to be a rebel when you go out in Vegas. Heck, I know one thing. When you go out to Las Vegas, you don't need to take a bath. They clean you before you get to your room. That's the way it is when you're in Vegas. Heck, one time I know a guy who went to get a newspaper one time and it cost him $1,700. You know what? You get your mind on one thing and hopefully you aren't going to drop all that dough. But I'm thinking quite a few Syracuse fans went out there. Maybe they dropped a lot of dough. Maybe they won something. Who knows? Maybe they took a look at the big new building out there, the Sphere, the state-of-the-art facility, especially where you two had a pretty good residency. And the thing is, you look at it, and you took a look, and it's like when you get bifocals. You put on the bifocals, and there's a giant eye. And then you take a look again, and it's an eyebrow. Of course, hey, in the sphere of influence that Syracuse has, boy, they had a pretty good sphere of influence. Yeah, a wild 44-41 win over UNLV. And it went into overtime. LeKent Allen having a monster game. McCord, again, having a monster game. But of course, it kind of showed the defense is kind of lacking. UNLV didn't possess the ball for quite a long time, but hey, they had an explosive offense, and the defense showed how suspect they are against the pass. And also, another glaring weakness, the special teams. Heck, the punter, Stonehouse, had to run for his life because his punt would have been blocked. And heck, we lost a lot of yardage. And then another time, he had another punt blocked, and it was recovered by the Rebels for a touchdown. Glaring weaknesses like that definitely have to be worked on, Orange. Yeah, we escaped Vegas with a 44-41 win. And now we go down to Raleigh, North Carolina to play the Wolfpack. Raleigh definitely hasn't been the best place for the Orange in football, but this Wolfpack team seems a little inconsistent. If we stick to our guns, I think we can beat the Wolfpack. But of course, it's down in Raleigh. And of course, as they say, what happens in Raleigh stays in Raleigh, I guess. Of course, that could be a variant for another city I just talked about. But I digress. Big win by the Orange for their first game on the road. But it's just the beginning. Raleigh next. And then at the end of the month, our old friends from Pittsburgh. Keep it going, Orange. And as I say, what happens in Vegas with the special teams stays in Vegas. Wish I could say that about the Buffalo Bills. Somehow this 3-0 team that everybody was starting to say, hey, they might be the favorites in the AFC, the glaring weaknesses have started to come to the fore. Especially because, hey, we got no-name wide receivers in the wide receiver corps. And also Josh Allen being asked to do too much. And I mean, another old thing is starting to come to the fore for Buffalo. A weak, third and long defense. What the hell is the defensive coordinator calling on third and long? Hey, is he phoning the Salvation Army? Okay, I want to give up this third and long because, hey, I want my defense to be punished. Heck, right now, I can't do shit as far as calling. That's exactly what it is. 3rd and long. We might as well raise the white flag and say, come on through, take the first down. We can't keep doing that. And also, Allen, 9 of 30. Atrocious numbers. Well, I mean, 131 yards, and thankfully James Cook had a pretty good day. And I mean, we almost came away with the victory. Heck, we tied the score after falling behind 20-3. Of course, Houston gifted us a couple of turnovers. But when you got probably the best kicker in the NFL, anything's possible. Fairbairn is the best kicker in the NFL that I have seen in years. He came through with a 59-yard field goal for the Texans, and what was a 3-0 Bills team is now 3-2, reeling. But of course, their next game is against another team who's reeling, our old division rivals, the New York Jets, as the offense looks like it's stuck in neutral, and Aaron Rodgers is definitely starting to show his 40 years. Maybe he ought to quit and start going with Shailene Woodley again. But of course, Robert Salah, the forever glum coach, was just canned by the Jets. So you know what? We don't have to watch him stand there and go, every time the pitcher would be on him. You know, you just wish you could see him say some words and then you can mouth along. But I digress. The Jets are reeling. The Bills are reeling. But I mean, I think Buffalo should have a little too much firepower, hopefully, and they should get back on the winning track against the Jets. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting Monday night game in the Meadowlands. We'll see how the Bills do against their old pals. Speaking of old pals, I mean, the high schools, we're just moving right along. Waterloo getting right back on the winning track against Bishop Kearney. But again, Minders again showing why they're Minders. Heck, can't win, can't do anything. Yeah, they fall to 1-3. And I mean, the fall season just keeps rolling along. The Waterloo girls doing great with soccer, and also the Waterloo volleyball, who had a close but no cigar loss against Wellsville in 5 sets. You know what? Those Wellsville girls didn't look well. I'm not going to make that joke, but heck, Waterloo sports, minor sports, keep on rolling along in this fall season, boys and girls. And last but not least, this weekend is the annual ceremony for the Miners Academy Hall of Fame. And a good friend of mine for a long time is one of the inductees. Crush, Tommy Gahn, takes his rightful place in the Miners Academy Hall of Fame. He has been a terrific Special Olympian. He is a terrific person, a terrific friend. And I mean, he has done a lot for Special Olympics around here. And he has been a great longtime employee of Walmart. You can always depend on him. Congratulations, Crush, my buddy. And that's all the time I have for this week. Till then, that's my story and I'm sticking to it.